Austin the Dark Lord here,
Dylan the Alpha Wolf.
and I'm kind of glad that we waited to do the drawings for the cards. Reason why is because Theo spoilers have finally been released.
Some
oh
of them.
my god! But I don't care about those. Okay, I can tell you this: all gods are going to be indestructible, so just deal with it.
So far, yeah.
And we have art for another Planeswalker, and Cellsbeth has been reviewed. So we're gonna start with these guys here.
So we're going to draw the top three, or are we just doing the top one?
We're just gonna draw all of them and
Okay.
say what place they come in. So first off, we have Dialga.
Wow!
So,
that would never happen normally.
So,
just saying.
All the cards are not in a specific order, so I'm gonna have to guess on these where they are. Okay.
Right there. No.
Ooh, no, negatives. Okay. So technically, this I think should have came in third, in my opinion, because
You would have even given it that much?
Yes.
You seemed like you would have given it like last place before.
No. I had to think about this card a lot. I mean, the way you worded it was kind of confusing, but since you're here to explain it, it's going to be a lot easier. So he's going to explain his own card here, because I always just been like, you know what? I don't even know how to explain this.
Okay, so Dialga, it's a colorless creature. It costs 12 colorless mana to cast. It's legendary creature dragon, and instead of putting it as mythic rare or something like that, I put it as the special because that color was originally introduced as time shifted, which meant it came from either the past or the future during Future Sight. So I use that because Dialga is basically the Lord of Time in Pokemon lore. So I figured, he would be able to just time shift himself wherever he wanted. Now, whether that's actually true in the game or not, I don't remember. But, so, Dialga is colorless. Dialga is treated as mythic rare and as time shifted. So, basically, I put that in there because maybe the set that it's part of would include a way to counteract time shifted, and so it would Dialga would be recognized as time shifted and therefore be affected by anything that affects time shifted, as well as mythic rare. Maybe it's an unglued set or something that focuses on the rarity. So, it is an 8/8. I don't remember why I did that. Its ability, you pay 4 red and X, colorless, and you time shift X. Time shift means the game is pushed forward or backward by X turns. If pushed forward, each player draws X cards and puts them into play if they have enough mana usable. If pushed backwards, shuffle all cards played during the unwound turns into the libraries. Basically, this means if you're going forward, you would basically fast forward through the turns, and so you would draw your card, and you'd play anything that you could each turn. You just couldn't attack, is the thing, because that would take too long, and so it'd be basically playing the normal game instead of a fast forward game. And if you time shift backwards, then everything that was played within the last X turns gets taken off the field or from the graveyard and shuffled back into the library.
Now, to me, with its ability, it looks like it needs to be in a mono red deck just because of all the red.
Yeah.
Or a Gruul deck so you can get it out faster with mana ramp. Also, I think it should have been time shift target player. Time shift that target player, so either you can make that target player go back a certain amount of turns and have you take a certain amount of turns forward. I mean, just for that affecting each player, it can screw you over big time.
Yes, it can, and that's kind of the thing, because in the actual games, Dialga's primary move is called Roar of Time, and it screws itself over unless it's the last move of the match. So I figured if it can screw itself over in the actual video game, it should have the potential of screwing itself over as this card.
Okay, well now for second place.
Yeah, I draw second place.
Go ahead. Just randomly grab one. I don't even remember what's what.
Evolution.
Oh wow, okay. My sister made this card, and I love this card with a passion.
You passed it. There it is.
This card is so broken, but it's so awesome.
Okay, so Evolution, 8 colorless. It's a sorcery, mythic rare. You play all evolutions from your library without paying the mana cost for each creature. Now, okay. Do you want to say your stuff first?
Okay, it's not broken as you think it is. If it was an instant, you're screwed. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. See, my main thing is, unless the actual creature cards identify them as evolution, most of the time it would just do nothing because the card name or type or a text saying that it's counted as an evolution doesn't exist. So unless that's put into the creature cards, then this would basically do nothing.
I get what you're saying, but that's also why in the card it'll also be described as an evolution. I mean, it'll say creature fox, but in the text of the card it'll say evolution.
Okay. See, then that makes sense, and then that would work just fine.
I mean, yeah, we don't have any EVs to prove that, but I mean,
well, yeah, it would be the logical way to go about it.
Yeah. I mean, you have to think logical about these cards.
Yeah.
But
I'm just saying that in most cases, unless you're smart about how you design the cards, that could just be useless.
Also, DFJ. Evolution is instant. Evolution. Rage quit.
Yeah, so it's best that it's a sorcery. I would have given that a pretty high place.
And then we have Ninetales. For third. Apparently, I wasn't too big on this card. I wasn't too big on it.
This one was kind of my just whatever card. I didn't particularly care about this one as much as I did with creating Dialga.
Just with the ability for, I mean, if you look at it, you're paying 5, 6, 7 mana just to deal 2 damage.
Very true.
I mean, Ninetales as itself is a great card. It's very fair. I mean, for me, I would just put out the tokens just for blockers.
Pretty much.
Instead of, like, sacrifice. Unless you know you're going to win the game and you have leftover mana.
Yeah. You know, that is a good point. Like I said, this one wasn't the one that I particularly focused on.
I mean, Evolution. I'm going to jump back to this card real quick. I would have saw that coming in 4th, and this one I would have saw at least coming in 5th.
Yeah,
maybe a
probably.
bit lower.
Yeah, I could even see it coming in dead last, because like I said, I didn't put as much effort into it.
Yeah.
So, you know, that one doesn't bother me as much.
So here comes 4th place.
And we have Blissey.
I respect this card to a point.
Okay, so this is a card by Hat. Blissey, white 2, creature, Pokemon Wall. You know, okay, I'm going to stop right there for a moment. I don't understand that, other than the fact that it is a defender creature.
What the hell is a Pokemon Wall? Exactly.
There isn't a wall in Pokemon. I can't even think of one. Anyway, so it's labeled as an uncommon, which I find interesting. Defender, tap, pay 2 white. Blissey makes a 0/3 Happiny token with Defender, and it's a 2/8.
Now, Blissey is hard to get rid of, attack-wise, just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have at least dropped it down to, like, 7 or 6.
Yeah.
Because the possibility of, I mean, you want to take these into standard play thought and be like, how am I going to get rid of this? Well, yes, Doom plays been defensive, but I mean, you want to take into fact. Let's say you're not running black and you have no Doom Blades. How are you going to get rid of this? I mean, literally. I mean, yeah, you can beef up your creatures, but think how many enchantments you're gonna have to use to do that.
Yeah, and I do understand Hat's logic behind it in that in competitive play, Blissey is basically trained a certain way to have really high defensive stats and really high HP. But at the same time,
You have to take in the magic.
yeah, the magic aspect of it makes this a very unplayable card. Well, it's playable, but it's not exactly fair, I would
mean,
say.
you have to take it in with the thought of those high standard people
Yeah.
playing too. So next card, I did shake it up, and we have Megatros.
Metagross.
Or Metagross. I don't care. This card I like a lot.
Okay, so Metagross. Black, blue, 3 colorless. Creature, Iron Leg, which is its legitimate Pokedex entry type. It is a rare. It's a 4/4. When an opponent casts a spell, look at the top card of your library. You may cast it before your opponent's spell resolves. If not, put your card on the bottom of your library. So you have the option of actually casting that spell or not. And if you don't, it goes on the bottom of your library. If you do, you cast it. Of course, you still have to pay the mana cost.
Now, I want to jump back again here.
Okay.
Blessey, I mean, on my list, would probably get 6, possibly 7.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a big card. I'm not hating on Hat or anything. It's just that card was just. When I look at these, I look at the magic aspect, not the base of the card.
Yeah, same here. And like I said, I understand how he came to that conclusion of how powerful it would be, but at the same time, I don't agree with that on a magic aspect.
Now I look at Metagross. It's fair. It's very fair.
Yes, it is. And I didn't even finish reading it.
You're reading, and then he has the target opponent reveals their hand and discards a card. So, my question: do you get to pick the card they discard, or can they pick it?
According to the text, they pick it. Because if it just says and discards, then that means that the opponent gets to pick which card they discard. Instead of saying, target opponent reveals their hand and discards a card of your choosing.
It's a fair card.
It is. I quite agree.
I would give this 4th, 5th.
Something like that, yeah.
It's ties with Ninetales in a way because I think the mana cost is a bit too high for it.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad of a card actually.
No, it's a really good card. I think he picked a really good picture for it, and he picked a really good ability, and the paid ability, the reveal and discard,
and the colors for it are perfect too.
Yeah, the pay ability is only a 3 cost, black, blue, 1, and so it's only 2 less than the card itself, but still that's a pretty nice.
We have 5 more in here, possibly. I don't know. I think there was only 8.
I don't know,
but
there's 2 in here.
Oh, okay. So
Articuno.
Okay, I actually like this better than his last one. I'm not gonna lie, I like this one a lot better than his last one.
Is this another hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I liked Articuno. Okay, so Articuno, 2 blue, 3 colorless, legendary creature, Pokemon bird. It's a mythic rare, 5/5. Flying, when Articuno enters the battlefield, tap all permanents an opponent controls. These permanents do not untap during that opponent's untap step. Pay a blue, tap target permanent and does not untap during its controller's next untap step. So the pay ability only costs 1, but it's a repeat of its Ender's play ability, which I can see how that would be useful, but at the same time, I just feel that it's a little redundant.
I agree.
Um,
Not trying to be mean, but it seems redundant. I don't know. I know a few Magic cards that are a bit redundant, but not all of them are.
yeah, I mean, obviously you have to have one or two here and there throughout the. How long have they been going? 20 years now?
Yes.
20 years. So yeah, that's right. Magic's as old as I am. So yeah,
I'm older than Magic by 1 year. Holy crap.
good for you.
Well,
So
technically 2. but
whatever.
whatever.
Anyway, so yeah, I I do understand the play value of it, but I just don't see this getting a very good rating in general.
It has great play value. It's just the abilities should have been different.
Yeah, with that payability,
And plus, it doesn't tap the creature, which is kind of messed up.
yeah, because then you can use the ability multiple times, and Articuno can attack.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. I've made broken cards, but that's because most of my broken cards are planeswalkers.
Yeah, and Planeswalkers generally tend to be broken even from Magic.
Yeah. So I just drew the next one. But before we go on, congratulations. Here's your prize.
So, thank you.
So it's the Gatecrash pre-release poster, and he'll tell us what the next thing is after this.
Oh boy.
So next one was Rayquaza. I give this second place because it was a brilliant card.
Oh yeah, I liked this one. Okay, Rayquaza. Green, red, blue, 4. Legendary creature, dragon. I believe that's a mythic rare.
Yes.
7/7. Flying, violence.
Well,
Or
it's
no,
actually supposed to vigilance.
yeah, vigilance.
Now,
Sorry.
I kind of wish it was violence because that would have been a really cool ability.
Yeah, depending on what he made violence mean, that could have been really cool.
Yeah.
But vigilance, protection from red and blue.
Spellcheck hates us on this editor. Just saying.
I know. Well, it's a legit word, so.
Yeah.
Rayquaza deals 2 damage to each defending creature. So, I'm assuming that means when it enters play,
I assume that too.
because there's no condition.
No, okay. He actually explained this to me.
Okay.
Defending creatures means whenever he is attacking.
Oh, right. That
and
makes
then
sense.
He has and you just have creatures defending. It deals 2 damage to each creature that's defending his attack.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay,
So,
I get it now.
Yeah, I gave this second place because it's actually a really brilliant card. It's playable. I see it more as a commander card, but it's fair. It's not overpowered, and it's a very decent card.
Yeah.
To its standards. Now, on to the next one. So, that means my card hasn't got picked.
Gary Oak.
Okay, this came to first place. This came first in my book.
I would actually agree, definitely. Okay, so Gary Oak, it's a Planeswalker. 2 white. Planeswalker Gary, it's a mythic rare, of course. It starts at 2 loyalty counters. +1, put a +1 counter, +1/+1 counter on target creature. 0, search your library for a fox creature. -4, you get an emblem that gives all fox creatures +1/+1 for each fox you control. So this works amazingly with Evolution.
And Ninetales.
And Ninetales, true.
So, it's better than Tobolt.
Yeah.
Better than Tobolt, actually. Just had to throw that out there.
Anything's better than Tibalt at this point, I'm sorry.
True. There could be a 1-cost Planeswalker and it would be better than Tobolt.
Most likely.
But, I was surprised with this one.
Yeah, definitely.
I never expected anyone to do a Planeswalker.
Yeah, because when I saw the theme was Pokemon, I actually thought the creatures
We thought creatures straight away.
Yeah, and that's why everyone did creatures.
But no, my sister does a Planeswalker, and I'm like, and she does a sorcery too.
Yeah,
She looked completely. It makes me feel like
Yeah, me too. I'm just like, why
Well,
didn't I think of that?
right?
Why didn't
Right?
any of us think about that except her? I mean, seriously. So, okay, you know, like we said, I would definitely give this first place.
It gains first place. I'm shocked that it's white though. I would give Gary Oak maybe a different color,
I would probably give him green
green.
because, yeah, because his his badge that he gives you in the second generation and up is the Earth badge, which is a green leaf. So
I would expect blue since he's known as blue in the game.
green.
No, he's known.
Blue is the girl.
I'm confused. Never mind.
You're thinking of the American thing. The actual thing calls him green.
I was thinking of the American game. I'm sorry. Whatever. Okay, well, the last two cards are gonna be mine, so I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
So we have Darkrai.
Okay.
I love this.
Darkrai. 2 black, 2 colorless. Legendary creature, Spirit. Spot on. Mythic Rare, 5/5. Hexproof, indestructible, flying, Shadow. Shadow means this creature can block or...
Can block or be blocked, but only creatures with shadow.
Oh yeah, okay. Gives all spirit creatures +1/+1 for each spirit creature you control.
Now the funny thing is, he can't block creatures unless they have shadow.
And he can't be blocked unless they have Shadow.
So in other words, it's yes, it seems broken, but it's not.
And he's also hexproof and indestructible and flying.
It seems broken, but it's not, sadly.
Explain to us how it's not.
Let's say you're running creatures without shadow. I can't block your shit.
True. Okay, that is a good point. So yeah, that's actually a really good card. I would have given that a pretty decent place.
I would give it like third.
Yeah.
Or fourth.
I was thinking third.
Artwork is pretty beast too.
Yes, I agree.
And then last one is Haunter. That artwork wins big time.
Yeah, Haunter.
I had a Nighthawk next to me when I did this.
Haunter. 2 black, creature spirit. It's a rare. 2/3.
Nighthawk.
Flying lifelink shadow. And that artwork is just amazing.
I don't know. I love that artwork a lot.
Yeah.
So beast.
So yeah. For the artwork alone, I would have given it a... You know, if we were judging only on artwork, I would have given it a high place. As a whole card, probably fourth.
Yeah, I agree. It somewhat sits with Darkrai as a tied position.
Yeah, I agree.
Not much. So that's all the cards. Now I'm gonna jump here. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, I ordered 2 cards. He was gonna do an opening, but that guy was being a total dick.
Yeah, I ordered one of those cards for myself, but...
You still order one if you're still interested. I don't think he's sold it yet. I think he's still waiting on me to buy it. Yeah. I got Sharkon Vol. So it's kind of hard to see there. So if you guys don't know what he does, he's the original Gruul Planeswalker. 2 colorless, +1. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain haste until end of turn. Really good. -2, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature, it gains haste until end of turn. Active Treason built in. His -6 I love. -6 is put 5/4/4 red dragon creature tokens with flying onto the battlefield. Takes 3 turns for him to do that. 3 turns. And then the most expensive Planeswalker, Jace the Mind Sculptor. Yes, you knew I was going to have to get one of these eventually.
Yep.
I don't even think I need to explain it. I got it actually for a good price because he's jumped up to like 250 now because of the Volt. I got him for 110. He actually goes for 135 if you go into stores. I got him for 110, which is actually a great deal. People were like, Can't believe you dropped $110 on the card. I live with my parents. That, of course I'm gonna drop $110 on a goddamn card. If you think that's stupid, let me. I mean, yes, I'm probably gonna go on a rant again. But the thing is, this was offered to me as soon as I graduated. It was either stay here or move out. Stay here because it means I don't have to pay for school. I get a place to sleep, and it means I get to save money for a house once my girlfriend moves out. So to me, I have the money to drop on this. And if you moved out and you have a job and you can't spend money on cards, then why are you playing Magic? Just why? I question that. But if all of you don't know what he does, he's 2 colorless and 2 blue. +2, Fate Seal means look at the top card of target player's library. He either decide he gets to stay there or go to the bottom of the library. 0 is Brainstorm, which means draw 3 cards, put 2 cards back. If that's exact. Draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in that order. Exactly what Brainstorm says.
Yeah.
And then -1 is a built-in unsummon. And then -12 is exile all cards from target player's library. Then that player shuffles his or her hand into his or her library.
So basically, your hand is your library, and you have no hand.
In other words, it's called Jin-Kataxis and Jace the Mind Sculptor. I win. Sorry, I just had to show those because I didn't do an opening for that. Okay, we're going to talk about this book. The book is amazing.
It's called Magic the Gathering, a Planeswalker novel, Agents of Artifice by Ari Marmel.
So, from what I have read so far, I haven't finished it, so I can't really spoil anything. Liliana's in here. They're in Ravnica. Someone wants to assassinate Jace, so they're looking for Jace at the moment. So that's all I know at the moment. It's a book that you don't want to put down, but it's also a book that you want to put down, so next time you pick it up, it's like, okay, what's going to happen with the Lily now? It's one of those types of books that it doesn't get to an action straight away. Like, it's somewhat boring, but it pulls you in. I also have the 4 other novels. I have the Sandra one,
Purifying Fire.
And then I have Artifact Circle 1 and Artifact Circle 2, which is the whole Urza story. And then I have, I'm still looking for Test Metal, which is Tezzret's. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking about picking up the Quest for Karn, but I'm not really sure on that one.
I've heard really bad reviews about that.
But I think that's more the people that really were more interested in the battle.
Yeah, and that's what I've been noticing is with all the ratings, they say, it didn't focus on the Mirian Phyrexian War, it focused on...
But the Mirian Phyrexian War was the gameplay.
Yeah, it focused on Venser and Koth and Elspeth trying to find Karn, and they didn't like that. They wanted to see Mirians getting their asses handed to them by Phyrexia.
Now, I'm just going to jump to something. There is an ebook. It's the whole Return to Ravnica story. You get a little segment with it if you bought the special edition M14 game. I already beat that, sadly. Slivers. That's pretty much it so far, and then I kind of want to talk about Elsbeth here from Theos.
Right, Elspeth. Okay. So, Elspeth, Sun's Champion. 2 white, 4 colorless, mythic rare, Planeswalker Elspeth, starts at 4 loyalty counters.
It's not overpowered, actually.
+1, put 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens onto the battlefield. -3, destroy all creatures with power 4 or greater. -7, you get an emblem with creatures you control get +2/+2 and have flying.
I did post this on our page because I thought it was interesting. Now, I'm interested on how this Elsbeth is. It's unique. It's different.
Yeah.
I'm surprised on how fast she came back.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, you have like other Planeswalkers, and they don't come back until what? Sorin showed up in the core set, but I mean, the first appearance of Sora was in Zendikar, and then he shows up in this Innistrad. There's a one set wait, it seems like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's just it seems like she came back really quick because she came out in Alara and didn't come back until Mirrodin.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued on how fast she came back. I don't find her overpowered because there's Magic Spoiler did one, and it was +1, give target permanent protection from any color. I don't remember what her minus ability was, and then she had one that said minus what 7 was it?
I think so.
You get a 8/8 flying spirit creature token with protection from all colors. I was
Yeah.
like, no, that's not fair.
No, they might do something like that, but they'd ban it immediately. They'd be like, "Oh, it's pre-release time, ban."
No, they'll wait till like it's been out for 2 weeks and be like, yeah, we just pulled another Jace.
Ban hammer.
Exactly. Okay, I'm trying to get to my page here. Wait, why am I doing it the hard way? Okay, so they released art for another Planeswalker. I don't remember his name. Now I posted him on Facebook. I will show you the art. So I don't know how to pronounce the name.
Here, let me see it.
So he's getting on the page on my phone here to see what the name is. It's loading.
Xenagos.
So it's a
Satyr planeswalker, which basically means that the top half is human, but it probably has horns on its head, which it does, and the lower half is goat, so it has goat feet.
So there's a lot of everyone. There is a possibility that it is another dual color planeswalker.
It is possible.
Because Theos is going to have a little bit of dual colors here and there because of Ravnica.
Yes.
Also, people think it's one of Bolas's servants, which I would not be surprised.
Yeah, and the main hint at that is that if you look at the trailer for Theros,
Same thing, in a way.
The trailer for Theros, at the end, Heliod says that there is a usurper trying to take over the powers of the gods.
And you see his face at the very end.
Yeah, you see the face of Xenagos at the very end. It's not quite clear because you're being shown basically an image in a constellation. So it's not quite clear, but it's clear enough to tell that it's probably Xenagos.
So, I mean, there is a possibility that it is working for Bolas. This set will have 3 Planeswalkers. Dack Fayden has been confirmed for the set.
But is he going to be actually a Planeswalker like he's supposed to be?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I am okay with this.
But a lot of people don't believe that Magic will print Dack Fayden as a Planeswalker. But it has been confirmed that Dack Fayden will be printed.
But we don't know that it's in Theros.
Yes.
Okay.
But they said that it's most likely going to be in this set. But
they say this set or block?
Block set.
Okay.
Same. Well,
it's not the same.
Block. And people are all assuming that he's going to be a blue black Planeswalker?
Really?
Or blue white?
I would have thought blue red.
They won't do that because of Ralph.
Okay.
Or he just might be mono blue.
I could see that one. I could definitely see that.
Everyone wants this guy to be red black. And as people say, what about Sharkon Vol? I'm going to quote one of the comments. We do not speak of that monstrosity. Or Sharkon the Mad. We do not speak of that monstrosity. We will have a 3-part video up.
What?
There is 38 Planeswalkers.
Oh,
36 Planeswalkers. At the moment.
Yeah.
We will be grading them on a point system. Art, story, gameplay, and commander play. We'll be grading this on a point system. We'll go over them. You're all probably going to be like, oh, Jay's my sculptors first. I love how everyone thinks that. you're gonna be surprised where we're gonna put Jace,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Mind Sculptor,
Oh yeah.
because there's actually another Planeswalker that I think should be number 1. But you'll have to see that video. The point system, there will be a point system, 1 to 10, and
And for each, basically for each category for each card, we're going to give it a scale of 1 to 10 for each category. Add it up, and the card with the highest value is going to be number 1.
well, in a way, yes. In a way, no.
Okay. How would you do it then?
Well, technically, there will be a card. I mean, a card with the highest value doesn't technically make it number 1. It really depends on if you've played it before and what you thought of it. And I mean, from looking at the abilities of the card, will also determine on where it's placed. I mean, I have all the Planeswalkers, so it's gonna be a lot easier to do this than most people that don't have all the Planeswalkers.
True, true.
That's pretty much it. I mean, there is spoilers for Theros, but you know, I prefer to do the Planeswalkers and the promos because that's all we really care about.
That's all you really care about.
True, but I mean, most of these people are just gonna see the video or whatever. We will have the Theros trailer on the page and in the description below. And also, what is this next challenge?
That was a good question. I didn't expect to be winning, so I didn't think about it.
So, do you want to make it a Planeswalkers Incorporated challenge, or do you want to make it a challenge of your choice?
Actually, I was kind of thinking about making it a Planeswalkers Incorporated challenge.
Okay, so the prize for Planeswalkers Incorporated,
wherever it is,
it's buried probably under all these, most likely, is the last Magic comic that has been printed so far.
With card.
Yeah, with card. So, the card is in standard. The card is in standard. It is corrupt. Hopefully, okay, you have to accept this to get the card. I don't care what you do with the comic after.
But you have to accept the comic in order to get the card. You can't just take the card.
Now, if you don't want the comic, like I said, with prizes, I'm going to put it back. And until the next Planeswalkers Incorporated challenge, this. So, this challenge will be reviewed at the end of September. That means the video will be up at the end of September. The reason why is because 1st of October, Halloween challenge begins.
Right.
That is also a Planeswalkers Incorporated challenge. No one gets to pick it if you win the next challenge. You can pick the challenge after the Halloween one. You will get an... I'm sorry this is a bit damaged, but you get a special artwork with the Avengers fighting Godzilla. It's not signed. I got to keep the signed one because I helped the Ace. But you will get this. You have to admit it. I mean, if you won, would you want that?
Yeah, definitely.
I would want that, but I already have one. I don't accept the prizes because I don't want them.
Makes sense.
Also, now if it's not a Planeswalker challenge, the prize for that is a Farseek. Whoop-de-freaking-do.
And it's just the poster, not the card.
Well, but if you had the card, it would be pretty cool to have.
Very true, very true.
Now, also, once the poster's gone, Ace t-shirts. Yes, Ace is sponsoring me in a way. Well, I helped Ace. I got free t-shirts, so I was like, I'm going to give these away on here because prizes are cool.
Very true.
Now, I can't guarantee there's always going to be prizes.
Yeah, that is a problem. Because we don't actually have legitimate sponsors, so we can't guarantee you prizes. But we do try.
I try to get the posters from Kaboom.
Doesn't always happen.
But also, there is a possibility I am getting 2 Volt for the 20s, and I'll do openings for that. Yes, some of those cards will be for trade. If you're thinking the Jace the Mind Sculptors, no, you better be giving me cash for that. I can't really think of anything else. I'm just trying to go over. Oh yes, Theos is having cards that we can't use until we fight the Hydra, which is game day. I will be buying these Hydras. And if all the mats are the same, so most likely some of those mats will, maybe 1 or 2 of those mats will be given away as prizes.
But if they're all different, you're going to keep them all.
Oh hell yeah! I might give away my for the mats. No, not gonna have. Why do I have so many mats? Because I'm a Magic player. We will have a new intro eventually. I don't have art, well, the right art for all the cards, but I will give you a sneak peek. Grab me that binder. So I'll grab the two best looking cards at the moment, but I will show all of them. So,
Ow.
here's our little sneak peek of what these are.
Yeah.
So, in other words, I'm going to put them in the order, last to first. So, as you see, they are planeswalkers of all the members of Planeswalker Inc. So, our last member was Luke. Fourth was Jesse. Third was Duke. And I mean, come on, that picture is pretty awesome.
Very true.
Jesse and Luke will redo their pictures.
Same with me.
Same with Dylan's. That's pretty legit. And then my picture. Why am I upside down?
Because you're an idiot.
I just picked them up from what they were sitting at. So
I was
mine
joking.
will also get a redoing, but right now this is pretty beast. So in other words, this will involve our new intro. What I plan to do is have a printout of Planeswalkers Incorporated, our new version of the logo, the one that I made, before our official new one. We'll start from 5 and go all the way down to me, and then it'll go to the video instead of just Planeswalkers Incorporated or a random Magic picture.
Yeah. Because it's getting kind of old.
And I want to make it exciting.
Yeah.
So
we'll probably change it up every now and then so that you don't get bored of the same old intro.
And we will eventually have merch. Eventually.
That'll be nice.
But first off, we get our own jackets first.
Yeah.
I actually know someone that's willing to do this. It is my cousin.
Nice.
Now, what I'm going to say is, we're all getting hoodies. It's going to have the Planeswalker logo on the right or left. I think the right. I think it'll be more professional to be on the right or the left.
Normally it's on the right.
Yeah, okay, right. So I was right. It'll be on the right.
Because normally the logo is on the right and your name tag's on the left.
Oh, our name tags are on the back.
Well, if you were working in a professional setting.
These are hoodies, damn it.
Exactly, but the name tag would generally be
So
on the
our
left.
Planeswalker names will be on the back. Mine will be in purple because that's the closest to black.
Yeah.
His will be in green. Duke's will be in white. Jesse's will be in red, and Lisa will be in blue. Yes, I had to kick someone from the team. Sad moment.
Very.
Sad. See what happens when you don't help? And you probably wonder why Duke and Jesse are still on the team.
Not particularly, but explain.
Duke gives us a little help on our website because he's been doing it longer. Jesse participates in this, and also he's willing to do gameplay videos, mostly commander videos because he's our commander man. More
That'll
than
be
I
something
am.
new.
So but with school in the mix, yes, we'll also be making a comic of our series that we haven't continued because we've been busy.
Oh, I thought we were gonna actually do a film of the actual series.
Yes, we are, but we're also doing comics.
I thought that was with the stories I was doing.
That too.
But we're also doing one for Austin's Quest.
Yes.
Okay.
But those will come out once the whole series is done. Those are for people that don't have an internet and that don't watch YouTube.
How can you order it?
Personally.
So what about our people overseas? You know?
Those people have internet.
Good point. So.
The first one will be free, depending on how many, and then technically we'll charge, but it's not going to make us a profit.
No.
It's mostly for the materials.
Yeah. So basically, what we're probably going to end up doing is setting up a pre-order so that we know how much we have to make, and then just charge you guys for the materials.
Now, also, we're all going to get custom mats as well. We're also going to do mats with our new mana symbols, with our name on it.
And the mana symbols will debut soon, but we're not entirely sure when.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we have thought about them. They look pretty badass so far, from what I know, from the rough drafts.
Hmm.
Also, we'll probably have 10 mats, maybe 15. 5 of them will be signed. People are like, why are you signing them? If we become big, you'll understand. And then the
prizes.
rest won't be signed.
But they will be prizes.
Well, the signed ones will. The other ones, yes. Possibly. Once I find a company that can make mats for cheap. And I know someone that's willing to do our hoodies. So that's him. And you guys are probably like, what the hell's on my shirt? Triforce, okay?
Yes.
Now, answer that.
Philosoph, or whatever this thing is.
Oh, that's from Soul Eater.
Oh,
Deck builds. I will start doing those again. I stopped, but that's all. So I will be doing those again. I need to put my Jace away. I don't trust people. I you know, it's a joke. They probably don't get that, but whatever. Pretty much that's it. We'll probably start a point. We'll probably start doing that point system today, and that is it for today's podcast. And challenge. Since it's a Planeswalkers Inc. challenge, I'll just post it on the page once we determine on what it is.
okay. So just keep an eye on Facebook to see what the challenge is going to be, and
Most likely, I'll have my cards up first
actually,
because I have ideas, great ideas. So, Austin the Dark Lord out.
and the Alpha Wolf out.